మేము రావాలి కదా, నేను క్లాస్
Online people, can you please confirm, are you able to see my screen? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Oh, thank you for confirmation, and hope you are able to see my screen also.
Yes, sir, it is visible. Notepad++.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so hi all, good morning. So welcome to Quality Thought. For learning cloud data engineer by using GCP. Okay, so actually, so last week on Thursday and Friday, we had demo sessions. In those demo sessions, we discussed about some high level topics. Just want to know, so is there anyone newly joined today? Okay, one person. Online, anyone newly joined today? Okay, so just I want to give the quick recap what we discussed in the demo sessions. Then we'll continue with our today's session. So in the demo sessions, we discussed about what is data. Then we discussed about what is information. And then we discussed about what is ETL. And we discussed about what is ELT. And we discussed about what is data warehouse. And we discussed about what is data lake. And we discussed about what is cloud computing. And at high level, we discussed about differences between AWS and Azure and GCP. So this is at very high level. Just we gone through some of the services between the AWS, Azure and GCP at high level we discussed. And after that, we discussed about our GCP course structure. And we discussed about our job oriented intensive plan. And we discussed about what kind of project explanation support we are going to provide to each and everyone. So these are the topics we covered as part of our demo session. Whomever missed the demo sessions, no need to worry, because all these are the kind of a basic topics and in our regular classes. So from today onwards, only our regular classes are started. So from today onwards, in our regular classes, we are going to cover all these topics in the very detailed way. But as part of demo sessions at the high level, we covered about all these topics. Okay. So today we'll start with what is our plan for next 45 to 60 days. So first we'll start about this, because if I'm going to directly jump with the technical topics, you will get a lot of confusion. So first we'll try to understand what is our plan in next 45 to 60 days. Okay, so because most of you are joining newly to this course, definitely you people are having a lot of questions or a lot of confusions. So whether I need to join the course or not, if I'm going to join the course, what kind of topics these people are going to cover, and how this course is helpful to me. So all these kind of different questions, definitely each and every one of you going to have. So here first 15 minutes or 20 minutes, we'll discuss about, so what is our plan, what kind of support we are going to provide. So, and if you have any other questions, we can able to discuss about all those things. With that, what will happen is you will get the clear mind. With confusions, with a lot of questions, if you are attending the classes, automatically what will happen, instead of focusing on the class, you will think about all these unnecessary things. For that reason, first I will give the clarification about all the questions, whatever you are having in your brain as per my knowledge. After that, if any further questions we are having, I will take all those questions. With that, each and every person will get the clarification why you are joining the course, what we are going to do in the next 45 to 6 days, and with that, what you are going to get. All this kind of knowledge you can able to get. With that, you can able to get the clear mind. With that, easily you can able to focus on each and every topic what we are discussing in our classes. Is it fine? Okay. Now, actually, so why you came to here? For the purpose of learning cloud data engineering. So you came to here for the purpose of learning cloud data engineering, right? Now, first we'll try to understand how to become cloud data engineer. So you came to here for the purpose of learning the cloud data engineering. here first we'll try to understand how you can able to become the cloud data engineer, or we'll try to understand if you want to become the cloud data engineer, what kind of skills are required. First, we'll understand all this information, then we'll go for the further topics. Any guesses from your side? If you want to become the cloud data engineer, on what kind of technical skills we need to focus based on your understanding or based on your idea? Any guesses, team? SQL, okay. Any other answers? BigQuery, okay. Someone is saying Python, PySpark, Airflow. See, all these are the topics we are talking from the GCP cloud services perspective. But is it, my question is, what all are the cloud services we are having in the GCP? Or my question is, how to become the cloud engineer? My question is related to how to become the cloud data engineer. If you want to become the cloud data engineer, what kind of skill set is required? I'm not asking from the GCP what we are going to learn. I'm asking the question, if you want to become the cloud data engineer, what kind of skill set is required? I will cover.
How to solve a problem using the distributed architecture. That's the main thing which cloud will offer.
Yeah, so someone is saying we need to understand distributed architecture. Yeah, perfectly correct answer. Okay, just I will give the answer for this. So actually, if you want to become the cloud data engineer, definitely you should have knowledge on database side. So if you want to become the cloud data engineer, one of the very important skill is you should have knowledge on database side. This is the one of the prerequisite. And second one, if you want to become the cloud data engineer, you should have knowledge on cloud. That might be either AWS or Azure or GCP. So you should have knowledge on any one of the cloud platform if you want to become the cloud data engineer. Other than this, you should have knowledge on distributed frameworks. So if you want to become the cloud data engineer, what should have? We should have the knowledge on distributed framework related technologies. And other than this, you should have knowledge on any one of the programming language. So you should have knowledge on any one of the programming language that might be either Java or Python or Scala. So you should have knowledge on any one of the programming language if you want to become the cloud data engineer. In the same way, you should have knowledge on data warehousing concepts. You should have knowledge on data warehousing concepts. People who all are already working in the real time, immediately they will get one question. Sir, if I want to become the cloud data engineer, why I need to have knowledge on data warehouse concepts? Coming to non-real time people, they won't have any kind of questions on this fifth one. But if anyone is working in the real time, immediately they will get the question, why I need to have knowledge on the data warehouse concepts to become the cloud data engineer? That I will cover after a few minutes. Okay. Other than this, you should have knowledge on orchestration, which is nothing but how we are going to schedule the jobs in real time. So you should have knowledge on orchestration, which is nothing but how we are going to schedule in the jobs as part of our real-time project. This is the one more prerequisite if you want to become the cloud data engineer. And one more thing, you should have knowledge on big data concepts. And you should have knowledge on Spark. And you should have knowledge on any one of the NoSQL database. And you should have knowledge on some Linux concepts. And you should have knowledge on real-time process. What we are going to perform in the real time, that also you need to understand. Now, overall, if you observe here, all these 11 are going to play very crucial role if you want to become the cloud data engineer. Okay, not only to become the cloud data engineer, if you want to clear the interviews on cloud data engineer, you should have knowledge on all these things. If you want to clear the interviews on cloud data engineer, and if you want to get the job, you should have knowledge on all these things. See, after getting the job, what is the next responsibility? Our first step is we need to complete the course. Second step is we need to get the job by clearing the interviews. So what I'm telling, to clear the interviews, you should have knowledge on all these things. After clearing the interviews, what is the next responsibility? you should hold the job or you need to work perfectly in the real-time projects. If you want to work in the real-time projects in the confident way as a cloud data engineer, again, compulsory you should have knowledge on all these topics. That's the reason I'm saying that all these topics are going to play very important role as part of our cloud data engineer. In our next 45 to 60 days, completely we are going to focus about all these concepts only. At the same time, we are going to discuss about all these topics theoretically, practically. We are going to give multiple assignments. With that, what will happen? You can able to get the perfect knowledge about all these concepts in next 45 to 60 days. Now, people will get the question, sir, why I need to learn the database? Because see here, if you observe cloud data engineer, what is the one of the word we are having? Data, which is nothing but if you are going to work in the real-time projects as a cloud data engineer, you are continuously going to work on data only. If you are going to work on the on-premise system, if you are going to work in the cloud, or if you are going to work in the Spark, everywhere we are going to deal with the data only. And when we are going to deal with data, most of the times we are going to deal with our database system. For example, if you are going to learn the on-premise systems, you should have knowledge on database. If you are going to work on the cloud systems, in the cloud also, you should have knowledge on the database. If you are going to learn the Spark, in the Spark, we are going to use the Spark SQL. There also, you should have knowledge on the database side. And for example, if you take the GCP, in the GCP, we are going to work on the BigQuery, Bigtable, all these services. If you want to understand all these services perfectly, again, you should have knowledge on the database. That's the reason database concepts are going to play very important role as part of our course or as part of your interviews, or if you are going to work in the real time also, database concepts are going to play very important role. That's the reason we are going to focus more on the database side other than all these 10 concepts. Okay, I'm not saying that we are focusing only on database. We are going to focus on database. At the same time, we are going to focus on all other technologies. Is it clear? Any questions on the database side, please ask me. Why we are going to learn the database as a cloud data engineer? Is it clear? Okay. Now, yeah, please. Next one, you should have knowledge on any one of the cloud technology or cloud platform. What is the reason? You are going to work as a data engineer or you are going to work as a cloud data engineer? We are going to work as a cloud data engineer. That's the reason you should have knowledge on any one of the cloud platform. But as part of our course, what we are doing here, we are going to discuss about, we are taking GCP as a cloud platform. On top of GCP, we are going to discuss about our different services which are available in the GCP. But again, one more question. In each and every cloud platform, we are going to have the so many services. Now here what we are doing, we are going to discuss about the GCP cloud platform. But are we going to cover all the services which are present in the GCP? No, because if we want to cover all the services in the GCP, we need to have this course for 6 months or 1 year. We are not going to cover all the services which are present in the GCP. As a data engineer or as a cloud data engineer, whatever the required services are, we need to learn. Only we are going to focus on those as part of our GCP. So for example, here we are going to discuss about GCS, one of the service. We are going to discuss about Dataproc. We are going to discuss about Composer. We are going to discuss about PubSub. So just I'm given the high level information here. So these are the different services we are going to learn as part of our GCP. Again, don't think that immediately, sorry, are we going to cover only these 4 services? No, just I'm given the some examples because we are not going to cover all the services of GCP. As a data engineer or as a cloud data engineer, whatever the services are required, we are going to cover all those services in the detailed way with the theoretical knowledge and also with our practical knowledge. Okay. And next one, here you should have knowledge on any one of the distributed framework technology here. So as part of this, here we are going to cover Spark. So with the help of the Spark, we can able to achieve the distributed framework. So we are going to cover Spark in detail. We are going to cover the Spark architecture. We are going to cover how we are going to use the Spark in the real time. And we are going to cover how we can able to read the data from the different types of the sources by using the Spark, either from the text file or CSV file or JSON file or Parquet file. So we are going to cover how we can able to read the data from different types of the files by using the Spark. At the same time, Here we are going to cover Spark SQL in detailed way. And we are going to cover different types of transformations which are available in Spark. And we are going to cover how we are going to perform the deployments and all these things as by using the Spark. So all these are the different topics which we are going to cover as part of our distributed framework by using the Spark. Okay. And one more important thing, if you want to work as again data engineer or cloud data engineer, you should have knowledge on any one of the programming knowledge. So here we are going to cover as part of course Python. So as part of our course, what we are doing here, we are going to cover Python, but immediately some people can able to get the questions in your brain. Sir, do we need to have knowledge on all these things to learn the course? What I'm telling here? Do you need to have knowledge on all these things to learn the course, or during the course, we are going to discuss about all these things? What is our plan? During the course, we are going to discuss about all these things. Okay, don't think that, sir, to join the course, do I need to have knowledge on database? To join the course, do I need to have knowledge on programming language? So don't go into the confusion mode. What I'm explaining here is, if you want to become the cloud data engineer, what is the skill set? And as part of next to 45 to 60 days, what all are the things we are going to focus? That is the one I'm trying to explain to you. Okay. So as part of our 45 to 60 days of the course, we are going to cover database concepts. We are going to cover GCP as a cloud platform. We are going to cover the distributed framework by using the Spark. And we are going to cover the one of the programming language called as nothing but Python. In the same way, we are going to cover data warehousing concepts. So as part of this data warehousing concepts only, we are going to focus about what is data, what is information, what is the fact tables, what is meant by dimensional tables, and we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of slowly changing dimensional tables, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So we are having the 3 types of dimensional tables, slowly changing dimensional tables. One is the type 1 slowly changing dimensional table, type 2 slowly changing dimensional table, and type 3 slowly changing dimensional table. Now immediately by seeing this, what will happen? You again you will get the confusion. So what is this dimension? What is this fact? What is the SCD? We don't know anything. So I know you don't know anything, but what we are going to do here in next 45 to 60 days, we are going to cover all these topics also in the very, very detailed way. Now, earlier I told you, right? Whomever is working already in the real-time projects, immediately they will get one question. Sir, why we are going to discuss about the data warehousing concepts to become data engineer? To answer for that, just I want to touch one more topic here. Tell me, if you are going to work in real time, in which kind of projects we are going to work? Any guesses? If you are going to work in the real-time projects, in what kind of projects we are going to work?
Yeah,
Someone can able to say.
Maintenance projects or new.
Yeah, perfect. So someone is saying maintenance project. So we'll go one by one. We are going to work in the development projects. Sir, we are going to work as a developer, but you are saying it as a development project. What is the difference? So see here my meaning of development projects is nothing but if we are going to build any project from the scratch level. If you are going to work in a project, that project started newly, which is nothing but we are working in the project from the scratch level. That kind of project I'm calling it as nothing but development projects. Okay. Now, second type of projects we can call it as nothing but migration projects. Any guesses what is the meaning of migration? Is it the new project or this project is already completed? This project already completed or that system is already available, but in the legacy technologies. Now what we are doing as part of this migration projects, we are migrating from legacy technologies to new technologies. If you are going to work in such kind of projects, those projects we can able to call it as nothing but migration projects. Okay, that project is already completed. Now what we are doing as part of the modernization, that company taken the decision, I want to migrate from old technologies to the new technologies. If you are going to work in such kind of projects, those projects we can able to call it as nothing but migration projects. And third type of projects we can call it as nothing but support projects, or we can call it as nothing but maintenance projects. What it means again? Any idea?
these kind of project I think already created and we
Yes,
support.
correct. So someone is saying that. So see, this third category also belongs to these projects are already completed, but we are not doing any development. We are not doing any kind of migration. But what we are doing here, we are supporting the projects, which means nothing but this project is already in the production environment. In the production, daily my jobs are running. If any job got failed, immediately we need to take the action item and we need to do the fixes. So who is going to perform all those kind of activities? Our support team people are going to perform such kind of activity, and that kind of project we can able to call it as nothing but support project, or we can call it as nothing but maintenance project. So simply we can able to say project already completed. No development activities are going on. Just what we are doing here, we are giving the support or we are giving the maintenance to the project. So such kind of projects we can able to call it as nothing but support projects, or we can call it as nothing but maintenance projects. Okay. Now, why I brought this topic here is what I'm telling here. We are going to discuss about the data warehousing concepts. Now, whenever you are going to work in the migration projects, which is nothing but if you are working on on-premise data related projects, here we used ETL tools. So actually in the on-premise data related projects, earlier we used the tools called as nothing but ETL tools only. So here in the ETL tool set we are having Informatica, Data Stage, Ab Initio. So like this we are having the different ETL tools. With the help of these ETL tools, most of the projects or most of the companies already built data warehouse systems. Okay, don't worry about what is the meaning of this data warehouse system. Just think that this is the one of the system. For now, you can think that this is the one of the system. What is data warehouse, that we are going to cover in the coming classes. At the high level, just to try to understand, most of the companies or in most of the projects already they built the data warehouse systems with the help of the ETL tools. Now, from the last 3 to 4 years onwards, all these companies are migrating to cloud by using big data related stack. So what I'm telling here, all these companies or most of the companies slowly they are trying to migrate to cloud by using the big data related stack. Now tell me here what is my point here. Most of the companies or some of the companies slowly they are migrating from on-premise ETL tools to cloud by using big data related stack. Now you tell me this kind of projects what we can able to call. Is it a development project or migration project? It's a migration project because we are migrating from the ETL tools to our cloud big data stack. So this kind of project simply we can able to call it as nothing but migration project. Now you try to give the answer. If you want to work in this migration project as a data engineer, what kind of skill set is required? We are migrating to cloud, so definitely you should have knowledge on any one of the data, any one of the cloud data cloud platform. Other than that, if you are going to work on the big data, you should have knowledge on big data. But main thing here, you are going to work in the migration project, and what type of project it is? This is the data warehousing project. Now you tell me, without understanding what is data warehouse, without understanding what is the data warehouse concepts, can we be able to work in this kind of data migration project? That is impossible, right? You don't know what is the dimensional table. You don't know what is the fact table. You don't know what is the star schema. You don't know what is the snowflake schema. All these are the different terminologies we are using in our data warehousing projects. Now, without knowing all these things, if you are going to work in this kind of data migration projects, what will happen? You will get a lot of confusion. Within 1 month or 2 months, again, what you will do? Simply you will put the resignation. You will come out from the company. That's the reason there are the chances, most of the chances you are going to work in these kind of projects in the real time. Why I'm telling like that? Already most of the companies are built their data warehouse system. Now they are migrating to cloud platform as part of our tech modernization journey. That's the reason if you are going to work in such kind of projects, compulsory you should have knowledge on data warehousing concepts. Now, for example, you got the call from TCS. Now in the TCS, they are migrating from the legacy system to the cloud system. Now as part of interviews, what will happen? definitely they will ask the questions from the data warehouse side also, because without knowing the legacy system, you cannot able to work on the new system. That's the reason as part of interviews also, they will ask about what is the fact table, what is the dimensional table, what is the star schema. These kind of questions you can able to face as part of your interviews. That's the reason we are going to cover data warehouse concepts also in the very detailed way as part of our classes. Is it clear? So try to understand. I'm not trying to confuse you here. I am trying to explain why we are discussing about all these topics in the next 45 to 60 days. I am trying to explain you what is the importance of all these concepts. With that, what will happen? You can able to easily understand our course structure. With that, easily you can able to focus on each and every topic, whatever we are covering as part of our classes. Just I want to give the pause for 1 minute. Any questions so far, please ask me. Any questions? Now, yeah.
So we do, you're mentioning that we are working on cloud and everything, right?
Yes.
So is it like a theoretical thing or practically we would be like deploying on the cloud and everything?
No, we are going to discuss about. So someone is asking the question. So we are what I mentioned. We are going to cover the cloud related topics by using the GCP. So he's asking the question: are we going to cover this in the theoretically or practically? So what I'm telling from the beginning onwards, whatever the topics I mentioned here, each and every topic we are going to discuss in the theoretical way. At the same time, each and every topic we are going to discuss in the practical way. And for each and every topic, we are going to provide the assignments and real-time examples. With that only, what will happen? You can able to get the perfect knowledge on all these topics. For example, if I am going to cover only theoretically, what will happen? First thing, you will sleep in the class. Second thing, obviously, right? If you are going to discuss only theoretical topics, definitely you are going to get a lot of sleep. Okay. Another thing, with the only theoretical knowledge, you won't be able to understand what we are going to do in the real time and what you are going to work in the real time projects. That's the reason we are not going to cover all these topics in the theoretical way. Definitely, we are going to touch each and every topic in the practical way with the real time examples by giving the multiple assignments. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. And if it's like company is asking Azure or AWS, so if you're teaching in GCP, so it's like,
so
how does that work? With us?
someone is asking the question. Sir, if in the interviews, if they're asking about the AWS or Azure, but we are teaching about the GCP, so how we can able to manage? Now tell me here, once you are going to learn the GCP as a cloud data engineer, for what kind of interviews we are going to attend? Are we going to attend the AWS related interviews or we are going to attend the GCP related interviews? First one, you are going to attend the GCP cloud data engineer related interviews. That is the one thing, one answer. Second answer, as part of our course, at the end, at a high level, we are going to cover the what all are the services we are having in the AWS, what all are the services we are having in the Azure. For example, in GCP, we are having the Dataproc service to work on the big data. In the same way, coming to AWS side, we are having the EMR. In the Azure side, we are having the Azure Data Factory. So like this, in all the cloud platforms, we are having the similar kind of services, but with the different naming conventions. For that reason, at the end of the course, from the AWS side, from the Azure side, we are going to touch all those services at a very high level from the theoretical way. Don't assume that we are going to cover the AWS and we are going to cover the Azure also as part of this course. If we are going to cover all these things again, what will happen? This course duration will become as 1 year. Okay, so don't expect that we are not going to cover all those things. We are going to cover high level information. What all are the similar services we are having in the AWS and Azure from the GCP perspective. With that, you can able to get some basic knowledge, and you are going to attend the interviews of GCP Cloud Data Engineer. You are not going to attend the AWS Cloud Data Engineer, or you are not going to attend the Azure Cloud Data Engineer. But even though, for example, you went for one GCP Cloud Data Engineer interview, they're asking about some AWS questions. What you can able to say? You can able to say, I am having good experience on GCP. With this knowledge, within short amount of time, I can able to get the knowledge on AWS, or I can able to get the knowledge on Azure. That is the way you can able to handle the interviews as part of facing your real-time interviews. Hope it answers your question. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're asking something in offline.
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir.
No, 1 second. In the offline, someone is asking the question. Just 1 second. Yes.
Okay, sir.
At high level, I'm saying. Yeah, see this migration. Yeah. So here, this we sometimes we are calling it as enhancement projects also. So what is the meaning of enhancements indirectly? So for example, earlier we are using the old version of one of the software. Now we are moving from that version to the new version. That is nothing but enhancement, or we can call it as indirectly nothing but migration. We are migrating from old version of the software to the new version of the software, but here meaning would be different. So sometimes migration is nothing but we are completely moving from one technology to other technology, or we can able to say we are migrating from the existing version of software to the other version of the software. That we can call it as enhancement process, or indirectly we can call it as a migration process. But just I'm covering at the high level. At the high level, we are having development projects or migration projects, or we are having the support projects. And as you mentioned, we are going to call it as a nothing but enhancement process also as part of our real time. Okay. Yep. Any other questions, offline people? Okay. So someone is trying to ask the question in the online.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Mhm.
is this course related to data science? Is there any relation, sir?
No. So someone is asking the question, is this the course is related to the data science side? This course is not at all related to the data science, because we are not going to, we are going to completely focusing on the data engineering side, not on the data science side.
Is it useful to data scientists, sir? This course?
No, see,
Not.
as a data scientist, you need to have knowledge on all these kind of topics in the in-depth level. At the high level, you should have knowledge about all these topics. So I can able to say it will be helpful, or this much of detailed course is not required for the data scientist. That is the way I can give the answer to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, just will continue. So till now we discussed about importance of all these 5 topics. Now sixth one is nothing but orchestration. Orchestration is nothing but in the real time, we are going to create the multiple pipelines. After creation of all the pipelines, we need to schedule the jobs. For example, I created one job to load the data into X table. I created the job 2 to load the data into Y table. I created the job 3 to load the data into Z table. So this is the way, for example, I created the multiple jobs. Okay, but don't assume that as a data engineer, our job is not going to complete by creation of the jobs. After creation of the jobs, what we need to do here, we need to schedule all these jobs as per the business requirement. As per the business requirements, sometimes they will give the requirement. I want to load data into this X table every day morning at 5 a.m. So my business is given the requirement. I want to load the data into this X table every day morning at 5 a.m. and I want to load the data into this Y table every day morning at, for example, 6 a.m. And I want to load the data into Z table every day morning, for example, at 6:30 a.m. Which is nothing but what? I want to create the jobs. At the same time, I want to trigger all these jobs at any point of time or at the particular interval of the time. At the particular interval of the time, I want to trigger all these jobs. And who is given this particular interval? Our business team will define at what time they want to see the data, at what time they want to load the data. They will give such kind of requirement. Based on the business requirement, at that particular time, we need to load the data into our target tables. But how all these things are going to happen, how we can able to schedule all these jobs? With the help of the orchestration tools. Okay, in the real time, we are having Control M. We are having AutoSys. So like this, we are having different scheduling tools in the real time. But from the cloud perspective, we are having the one of the service called as nothing but Airflow service. With the help of the Airflow service, what we can do here, you can able to orchestrate the jobs, or you can able to call it as we are going to schedule the jobs in the real time. And sometimes what will happen is all these jobs, job 1, job 2, job 3 can run in sequentially. Or sometimes job 1 is having, job 2 is having dependency on job 1 and job 3 is having dependency on job 2. So what is the meaning of dependency here? After completion of the job 1 only, I want to trigger the job 2, which is nothing but after loading the data into X table, then only I want to load the data into Y table. And after loading the data into Y table, then only I want to load the data into the Z table. One requirement at 5 a.m. trigger the job, 6 a.m. trigger the job, 6:30 a.m. trigger the job. There we don't have any kind of dependency. But I am given the one more requirement. I want to load the data into the Y table after completion of the loading into the X table. Now, for example, this X table not loaded at 5 a.m. Now tell me, do we need to trigger this job as per the requirement?
No,
I should
sir.
not trigger the job, because as per the client requirement, after completion of the loading the data into X table, then only I want to load the data into the Y table. Indirectly, what I'm trying to say here is, sometimes in between the jobs also we are going to have the dependency, but how we can able to define all these kind of dependencies? Again, to define the dependencies between the multiple jobs in the real time, we are going to use the tools called as nothing but orchestration tools. Okay, now try to understand. To build the jobs, we are using some tools. To orchestrate the jobs, we are using some other kind of tools. Whenever you want to orchestrate the jobs, or whenever you want to schedule the jobs, in that kind of situation, we are going to use the jobs called as nothing but orchestration. That's the reason, if you are going to work as a data engineer, again, compulsory you should have knowledge on orchestration. What is the meaning of orchestration? What all are the different orchestration tools we are having in the market? And you should have knowledge on any one of the orchestration from the cloud perspective. Here we are going to cover Airflow as a orchestration tool. Okay, just to try to understand here at the high level, what is the meaning of orchestration and what is the tool we are going to cover as part of our classes. Now you try to give the answer. What is the purpose of this orchestration tool? Based on our discussion, what is the purpose of the orchestration tools in the data engineering projects?
Scheduling the job. I think.
First one, to schedule the jobs. As per this example, I want to schedule the job. To schedule the jobs, compulsory you should have to use the orchestration tools. Second purpose.
Sir, in Airflow side, anyone take care of this? Yeah, these jobs are automatically run
No,
after
in the
one
Airflow
complete.
side, we need to, so actually, once we are going to create all these jobs, what will happen? Every day, automatically 5 a.m. it will trigger the job. Every day 6 a.m. it will trigger the job. Every day 6:30 a.m. it will trigger the job. You tell me, once we are going to use this orchestration tool, every day morning, do we need to trigger all these jobs manually? It's not required, right? So if you are going to trigger it manually, then why we need to go for orchestration tool? It's not required, right? So purpose of the orchestration tool is, one time we are setting up everything. After setting up everything one time, every day automatically what will happen? At 5 a.m. it will trigger the job, 6 a.m. it will trigger the Y job, 6:30 a.m. it will trigger the Z job. That is the purpose of the orchestration tool. Okay, we are not going to trigger anything manually. Every day automatically, based on our one-time settings, it will trigger all these jobs automatically. In the same way, once we are going to define all the dependencies in the orchestration tool, automatically what will happen? Every day after completion of loading into X, it will trigger the Y. After completion of loading into Y, it will trigger the Z. All these activities will taken care by your orchestration tools. In the simple words, I can able to say, your orchestration tool will take care of jobs running. Your orchestration tool will take care of your job scheduling. Your orchestration tool will take care of your job dependencies. But who are defining all these things? As a developer, as a data engineer, you are defining all these things. Every day we are going to define, or only one time? Only one time we are going to define all these things. Once you are defining all these things, every day automatically your orchestration tool will take care of your scheduling, and based on the scheduling it will trigger the jobs. Based on the dependencies it will run the job. All those activities your orchestration tool will take care. Is it clear?
Sir,
Okay.
yeah. But if in job 2 there was timing is 6 a.m. but the dependency is not complete, like job 1 is not completed at till 6 a.m. So
yeah, I got your
time,
question. Yeah, someone is asking the question. See, this job 2 we schedule at the 6 a.m. but because of some reason, so that might be the server failure, or that might be the code issue, or that might be the bug issue, at 6 a.m. this job is not completed. How we can able to monitor this? In the real time, we are having one more team called as nothing but monitor team. Okay, just I will get at high level glimpse only. We are going to have the dev team. We are going to have monitoring team, and also we are going to have the testing team. At high level same, don't ask the question, sir, we are going to have the business team, we are going to have the BA, DA, all those people would be there. But at the high level, I'm telling, so we are going to have the dev team, we are going to have the monitor team, and we are going to have the testing team. As a dev team, what you are going to do, you are going to perform all the development activities in the orchestration tool. You are going to schedule all the jobs, and also you are going to put all the dependencies. But every day, who is going to monitor all these jobs? Our monitoring team will take care of all these activities. But in some of the projects, because of the budget constraint or because of the resource constraints, same dev team is going to work as a monitoring team also. Okay, but in the broader level, I can able to say you are having the dev team in the real time in the project, you are having the monitor team separately in the project, and you are having the testing team also separately in the project. But in some of the projects in the small companies, because of the budget constraint or because of the resource constraint, same dev team is going to work as a monitoring team. Now, what is the responsibility of this monitoring team? Every day they will not schedule the jobs. Every day they will not trigger the jobs. But what they will do here, they are going to monitor whether all these jobs are completing it on time or not. That we are calling it as nothing but indirectly SLA. In the real time, for each and every job, we are having the SLA. This job should complete at this time. This job should complete after this job. So those kind of SLAs we are having in the real time. As a monitoring team, they need to monitor whether all these jobs are running as per the definition given by the developer or not, and all these jobs are running properly or not. If any job got failed, what is the action item they need to take? All these are the responsibilities of the monitoring team. Now immediately someone will ask the question. So as a monitoring team, they observe that at 6 a.m. job 2 got failed. Now whose responsibility to fix this job? As a
Developer.
monitoring team, they are monitoring every day. One day suddenly at 6 a.m. they observe that job 2 got failed. Now whose responsibility to fix this?
Developer.
Here, that is by depending on the severity of the issues. Okay, now for example, if someone is saying so developer will fix it only, but if monitoring team is purely depending on the development team, what is going to happen? This monitoring team need to reach out to the dev team. That dev person should be available. He need to log in and he need to open the systems and he need to fix it. It will take good amount of time. That's the reason as a monitoring team people, they are also having some basic knowledge on the development activities. If it is the kind of a minor issue, they will fix themselves. But if it is a kind of a major issue, then what is going to happen? Then they need to reach out to the development team, and development team will try to understand what is the issue. Then they are going to fix all these kind of issues. This is the cycle going to happen in the real time. Those all are the topics definitely we are going to cover as part of our real time process. Okay, directly we jump to the 11th topic here, but don't get the confusion. In our classes, we are going to discuss about in the real time what dev people will do, what monitoring people will do, what is the activities of the testing team, how this cycle is going to continue in the everyday or in the real time system. All these topics we are going to cover in detail way as part of discussing about our real time process in our real time system.
So, sir, you said that these kind of activity in production support kind of project.
These kind of activity, yeah. So earlier I told you a support project.
Yeah,
this is nothing but
this is
indirectly this kind of
remaining.
activity. I told you, right? In some of the projects, because of the resource constraint, because of the budget constraint, development team should act as a monitoring team. Those kind of projects indirectly we can call it as nothing but support projects, or we can call it as a kind of a maintenance projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Any other questions, offline people? It's clear, right? Okay. Now see here. After the orchestration, compulsory you should have knowledge on big data concepts only, because you are going to work as a data engineer. If you want to work as a data engineer, compulsory we should have knowledge on the big data sets. So for that reason, we are going to cover big data concepts and Hadoop concepts, and we are going to cover the HDFS commands. We are going to cover the Spark and all these things, because all these are required if you want to work as a data engineer. In the same way, we are going to discuss about the Spark also, because in the real time for the purpose of doing data processing activities. So if you remember earlier, we discussed about the ETL. In the legacy projects, for the purpose of doing ETL, what tools we are using? We are using Informatica, Ab initio, data stage, like that we are using the ETL tools. But in the modernization projects, if you want to perform same ETL activities, or if you want to perform the data processing activities, we are going to use the Spark. For that reason, if you want to work as a data engineer, compulsory we should have knowledge on the Spark. So we are going to cover Spark architecture. We are going to cover how many ways we can able to read the data by using the Spark, how many ways we can able to write the data by using the Spark, how we are going to perform the Spark deployments. All these activities we are going to cover as part of our classes. In the same way, in the real time, as a data engineer, most of the times we are going to deal with the NoSQL database. Sir, earlier you said that already we are covering the database side. Again, what is this NoSQL database? Any guesses at high level?
Unstructured data.
Yeah, so see here, whenever you want to deal any kind of unstructured data in the real time, we are going to use the NoSQL databases only. But at present, just to try to understand this one line statement, to handle the unstructured data in the real time, we are going to use the NoSQL database, but we are going to cover this topic also in a very detailed way as part of our coming classes. In the same way, if you want to work on the big data side or if you want to work on the cloud side, you should have knowledge on Linux concepts to work on big data or cloud side. Okay, and as I told you, as part of our real-time process, we are going to discuss about in real-time projects, what activities we are going to perform. So this is the one more topic we are going to cover for 3 to 4 days only. In the real-time projects as a data engineer, what kind of activities we are going to perform? If you are working as a dev team, what activities we are performing as a developer? And as a developer, how we need to communicate to monitoring team? As a developer, how you need to communicate to the testing team? As a developer, how you need to communicate to the business team? All those things we are going to cover as part of our real-time process. This is the way you need to understand. All these are the topics which are going to play very important role for what? To complete the course or to become the data engineer? Not for completing the course only. This why we are discussing all these things for the purpose of becoming the cloud data engineer. We are discussing about all these topics. Okay, so with this, just I'm assuming that you got some idea how you can able to become the cloud data engineer after joining this course. Any questions on this question? Please ask me now. How to become cloud data engineer? Okay, my sincere suggestion, after completion of today's class, just open the Google and search for how to become the cloud data engineer, or go to YouTube, search for how to become the cloud data engineer. So there you can able to see the lot of content. So here I given the summary, but if you go through Google or if you go through YouTube videos, orally they are going to put all this information. Other than this, if you are finding any other thing, otherwise in your mind, okay, in your mind also you are having so many questions, right? In your mind, if you are thinking to become the cloud data engineer, do I need to learn this or not? If you are having any such kind of things, please bring into my notice. I will clarify that whether that is required or not. Is it clear? Now, for example, in your brain, we are having, sorry.
One question, sir. Sir, for doing the migration projects, can we also know about how much effort or time it will take, sir, like estimations of the projects for migrations?
Okay, so somebody is asking the question. If you are going to work in the migration projects, how I can able to make the estimates? But you tell me who is going to prepare all the estimates and everything? Obviously, our team leads. Okay, so here as part of our real-time process, here we are going to discuss about the how we are going to create the estimates. Actually, here real-time is nothing but we are going to cover everything. Andy, just I will touch this point 1 second. Now tell me, if you want to work in the real-time projects, as per your knowledge, what kind of documents we need to get at high level? You need to get SRS documents, you need to get BRS documents, you need to get FRS documents, and you need to get the PDM documents, and you need to know what is the estimate of this project. So like this, all this kind of you need to get. Anyone having any idea what is the meaning of PDM here? What is the meaning of PDM? Definitely, most of the folks don't know about what is the meaning of PDM. Most of the folks don't know about what is the BRSND. These all are the things we are going to cover as part of our this topic in the real-time process. When we are discussing about this, we are going to cover all these topics in the detailed way. At that point of time, we are going to cover how we are going to provide the estimates. Okay, just at the high level, I can able to say we are going to provide the estimates based on the complexity of the data processing, based on number of tables we are dealing in the real time, based on the services we are dealing in the real time. We are having the different factors to provide the estimates of the project. All that information we are going to cover as part of this real-time process in our coming classes. Okay, and just I want to give the high-level picture. Just I
Sir,
will
can
show you one
please tell
diagram.
me
Just 1 second.
just full form of this?
Yeah, 1 second. So if you see here, what is this diagram? Anyone have any idea? And don't be scared by listening all these terminologies or by seeing all these things. Only what we are doing today, I am trying to explain you what we are going to cover in the coming classes. Okay, by seeing all these things, by listening all these kind of terminologies, immediately don't be scared and don't come for tomorrow's class only. So we are covering all these things. I am trying to explain you in next 45 to 60 days what topics we are going to cover, which is nothing but here I'm talking about the orchestration at detail level or high level. Just I given the high level glimpse, but in the coming classes, we are going to cover about orchestration in very, very detailed way, theoretically and practically. By seeing all these things, automatically what will happen? Some people can get the scare feeling and simply they will stop to come into the classes from tomorrow onwards. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that activity. I am trying to explain what all are the things we are going to perform in real time. What all are the things are very important to become the cloud data engineer. That's the reason we are touching all these things. For the same reason, just I'm trying to open this document. Sorry. Any guesses what is this?
Table structures and its.
Someone is saying table structure. That is the partially correct answer. Any other questions? Any other answers?
Database diagram, sir.
Database diagram. So partially correct answer.
Schema.
Entity relationships.
Entity relationship. Yes, offline people. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. So see here. So someone is saying this is the kind of a table structure. Someone is saying this is the kind of a ER diagram. So all those answers are partially correct. But see here, in the real time, this document we are calling it as a PDM document. So here I mentioned, right, PDM, which is nothing but physical data model document. What it is? Physical data model document. Now you don't know what is the PDM, but by end of this course, you will get the clear-cut knowledge about what is this PDM document, how we are going to use this document as part of our real-time project. Earlier we discussed about as a data engineer, we are going to work on the database. In the database, what we are dealing everything with the table. If you are dealing with the table, compulsory what we need to know? What is the table name? What all are the column names we are having in the table? What is the column data type? From where we can able to get all this information? We are going to understand all this information by using the document called as nothing but PDM document. This is the physical data model document, which is going to contain all your tables in the real time, all the table structures in the real time. In every table, what all are the columns we are having, all this information is going to be available in the PDM document. Without having this document, you cannot able to create the tables in the real time. Without having this document, can we able to load the data? If you want to load the data, what is the prerequisite? First, you need to create the table. If you want to create the table, what is the prerequisite? You should know the structure of the table. How you can able to get the structure of the table? This is the document we need to get in the real time. Now, who is going to prepare this document? Any guesses from your side? As a developer, is it our responsibility? As a data engineer, is it our responsibility? No. For the purpose of doing this activity, we are having a person called as nothing but data modelers only. Earlier, what I told you in the real time, we are going to have the dev team, testing team, monitoring team. Now I am adding the one more person called as a data modelers. That's the reason earlier I said that at the high level, we are having the dev team, monitoring team and testing team. But other than these people, in the real time, we are having the one more person called as a data modeler. As a data modeler, his responsibility is he need to create this kind of document. He need to provide the table structure and he need to define the relationship between the each and every table. Now, whose responsibility of all these activities? Data modeler. Now, I am asking the one more question. You try to give the answer. As a data modeler, to provide all this information, what is the prerequisite to the data modeler? See, developer is indirectly having dependency on the data modelers. Will you agree or not? By seeing that previous document, will you agree or not? If you want to create the table, if you want to load the data, first we need to have the table. If you want to create the table, you need to know the structure of the table. From where we can able to get the structure of the table? From the PDM document we can able to get. Who is given that PDM document? Our data modelers are going to provide this document. But as a data modeler, if he want to provide the document, what is the prerequisite to the data modeler?
Both the
Need to
BRS and
understand
SRS
requirements of the project. Am I right? Without knowing the requirement, he don't know what is the table he need to create or what is the structure of the table he need to maintain. He won't able to understand all this information, which is nothing but as a data modeler, if he want to provide the PDM document, which is nothing but physical data model document, first he need to understand the requirements of the project. Now you tell me again, based on your understanding. So whenever I'm telling, please you tell me the answer. Don't assume, I'm not assuming you are knowing everything, but just I'm trying to understand how much you know about all these things. Okay. So my question here is, Who is going to provide the requirements of the project in the real time?
Like business analyst.
So someone is
Client.
saying client,
Client.
someone is saying biz team. Any other answers? So definitely client only will provide all this, okay? But in the client team, we are going to have a person called as nothing but business analyst. So we are having a person called as a business analyst, either in the client team or in the within our team only. We are having the person called as a business analyst. And indirectly, if you observe here, other than data modeler, I'm adding a one more person called as a business analyst in our real-time project. As a business analyst, they are going to provide the requirements of the project. Other than the business analyst, in the real time, we are going to have one more person called as a data analyst. So we are going to have one more person called as a data analyst. Indirectly, I can able to say as a business analyst, as a data analyst, they are going to provide the requirements of the project. Based on those requirements, our data modelers will create the PDM document. By using those PDM document, as a developers, we are going to create the tables and we are going to perform the data loading operations in the real-time system. But with this knowledge, whatever we discussed in the last 5 minutes, with this knowledge only can you able to work in the real time? No, right? So these are the topics only we are going to cover in very, very detailed way as part of this topic. So in the coming classes, we are going to discuss about real-time process, right? In that real-time process, we are going to discuss about what is the role of the data modeler, what is the role of the business analyst, data analyst, developer, tester, monitoring team, all these people, what they are going to do in the real time. We are going to discuss about all those things only. Might be someone will get the question, sir, why I need to know about all these things? What is the reason? You are going to work as a fresher, you are going to work as a kind of a real-time employee in the real time. As per my knowledge, here most of the people are planning to put 2 to 3 to 4 years of experience in your resume, either fake or real time only. But if you want to work as a 3 years or 4 years experienced person, whether we need to know about all these things or not, definitely you need to know. Otherwise, for example, suddenly team lead came into the picture, you joined the job, team lead came into the picture, he told you, please go and discuss with the business analyst. Can we able to know what is the meaning of business analyst? No, right? Without knowing all these things, you cannot able to understand who is the business analyst, what he is going to perform. Without knowing what he is going to perform, what questions we can able to ask him. Can we ask the question to the business analyst? Can you please provide the structure of the table? Is it the valid question to the business analyst? No, right? So with that, in the interview, simply your TL can understand you are the fake employee and you will get the termination notice. And getting the job is one important activity. After getting the job, survival is going to play the very, very, very important role. So you can take the example in the childhood, in the 7th class, what your parents would say generally. 7th class is very, very important. Please study very well. You need to get the 600 to 600 marks. In 10th class, again, what they will say? Same story, right? 10th class is very important for your career. You need to get the 600 out of 600. In intermediate, what they will say? Same thing. If you go for long term for MSET, there also what they will say, MSET is going to play a very important role. You need to get the top 5 rank or top 10th rank. After completion of MSET, you are going to join the engineering. There also what they are going to say, these 4 years are very crucial. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the job. After that, after completion of the engineering, you are coming here, you are joining the course. What I'm telling, getting the job is very, very important. You got the job. After that, survival is very, very important. After that, so many other things are, so your family life, your personal life, all those things will come into the picture. But coming to our perspective, I can able to say, after getting the after clearing the interviews, once you join into the job, survival is going to play very, very, very important role. If you want to survive in the real time, you should have knowledge about real-time process, real-time terminologies. What is the role of developer? What is the role of the BA? What is the role of the data modeler? What is the PDM document? What is the SRS document? Without knowing all these things, it would be become very, very difficult to survive in the real-time system, even for real-time employees also. So for example, some of the folks are already real-time here. I'm assuming those are having experience on real-time in their technologies. But if we are considering as a cloud data engineer, this is also new to the real-time employees. For that reason, they also compulsory need to understand about all these things. Okay, don't assume that I am the real-time employee, I know all these things only. So that's the reason I given this example. Whomever working as a real-time here, whether they know about PDM, no, because this is the one of the terminology we are going to use in our specifically data engineering project. Whatever the statements I'm telling, this is applicable for real-time employees and also to the non-real-time employees. And that's the reason, please try to focus on all these topics, what we are going to cover in the coming classes. Okay, just I want to give a pause for 1 more minute here. Any questions, please ask me.
So sir, developer take reference for this PDM document. That PDM document created by that data
Data
modeler team.
modeler.
Okay, so what's the role of schema? Like they need to this document to development side, like they create tables, and so they take reference from this document or schema or like metadata.
So schema is nothing but what? So someone is asking the question, what is the role of the this document in the real time only? So see here, so by using this table, by using this document only, you can able to get the structure of the table. That structure only we can able to call it as a schema of the table, or the structure only we can able to call it as nothing but metadata of the table. Just I will add some more new terminology here. Schema or metadata or structure. So see here, all these are nothing but same only. Why I'm not telling about all these terminologies today itself? Again, what will happen if I'm going to introduce already most of the people are getting some kind of lot of confusion. I can understand that. But if I'm going to introduce all these kind of terminology, schema, metadata, structure, if I'm introducing all these things today only, what will happen? Today in the offline, we are having around 20 people. By tomorrow, it will become 10. After 2 or 3 days, it will become 5. That's the reason we'll go for one by one. Just at the high level, try to understand what is the PDM document, what is the schema, how we are going to use this document in the real time. Those topics we are going to cover in detail in our coming classes.
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so
SRS full form, sir. SRS.
SRS is nothing but software requirement specification document.
Okay, got it. Thank
and
you.
BRS is nothing but business requirement specification document. FRS is nothing but functional requirement specification document. Again, all these abbreviations also we are going to cover in the detail in the coming classes.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Any other questions, offline people? Feeling sleepy? Online people are having one luxurious thing. What it is? Online people, they can sleep while listening to the classes because I won't able to watch them. But what is the disadvantage of the offline people? You are sitting in front of me. If you are sleeping, I can able to find it out. Okay, don't sleep in the class and day. So please try to focus on each and everything. I know it's morning 8:30. Might be you will have some kind of sleepiness, but try to understand each and everything what we are discussing in our classes. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Any other questions so far? Okay. Just I want to add one thing here. So when I'm asking the one question, any questions?
Sir, any
One question.
prerequisite?
No, one second. So when I'm asking this question, so if you observe multiple times, I'm asking any questions to the team, So when I'm asking this one, online people will raise the questions and offline people also will raise the question. Okay. When online people are asking the question, offline people cannot able to listen what they're asking. And so then what I will do here, I will tell the question, then further question, I will give the answer. With that, you can able to understand what online people are asking. In the same way, coming to online people, if offline people are asking the question, they can't able to understand what these people are asking in the online people. So for them, what I will tell, I will repeat the question, I will give the answer. With that way, what will happen automatically, I can able to handle both online people and offline people. Okay. When I'm talking with the online people, offline people don't think that I'm talking only with the online. When I'm talking with the offline people, don't think that I am talking with only the offline people only. So don't go into that kind of mode. I need to satisfy both online people and offline people. Sometimes what will happen because of any emergency, you are also going to attend the online classes. Then you will get the pain. Okay. So this is the pain online people are facing. Sometimes online people will come to the offline class. Then what they will understand, okay, this is the pain offline people are facing. So try to understand there are some pain for the online people, there are some pain for the offline people. You need to understand when I'm dealing with the online people, offline people don't get the confusion. When I'm dealing with the offline people, online people don't get the confusion, because as a instructor or as a lecturer, I need to handle both the people in the proper way. That's the reason I am spending some time with the online people, spending some time with the offline people. Again, the same question, is it relevant to our topic, our course? No. But this is very relevant to our next to 45 to our 60 days of class study, because every day we are going to communicate like this only. If I'm not giving this clarification, some people can think like that. So sorry is not given the preference to offline people, or sorry is not given the preference to online people. Every person is important to me. I need to handle both online people and also offline people. And one more important thing here. In this class, we are having non-experienced people. And we are having experienced people, and we are having non-IT people. Okay. Now tell me, out of these three people, which people I need to consider? I need to focus on only experienced employees or non-experienced employees or non-IT people. I need to focus on all these three people in the equal way. That's the reason sometimes I will go into very basics. Andy, if you remember in the demo session, I discussed about what is data. Might be experienced people will think that why I need to learn about data. I know I worked for 10 years or 15 years in the real time. Why I need to focus on this? Or when I'm discussing about the BRS document, some real time people will think that I know BRS. I'm working for 10 years. For last 10 years, I worked on the BRS document. Why I need to learn about all these things? Okay, don't think about like that, Andy. We need to handle multiple set of people in the class. That's the reason I will go at the very basic level. Now, when we are discussing about database concepts, I will discuss about what is database, what is table, what is row, what is column. So at that minute level, we are going to talk about each and everything. At that point, experienced people don't think that why we are discussing about all these basics, and all these basics are required for the non-experienced people and non-IT people. Now, for example, sometimes we are going to very advanced topics. So for example, we are going to discuss about the PDM document, or we are going to discuss about the real-time project. When we are going to discuss about the real-time project, definitely we are going to discuss about the advanced topics. Like I'm giving the example. I will give one example in my classes, how we are going to perform the deployment with the CI/CD process. Now, by seeing this automatically, this non-experienced people or non-IT people, what will happen? They will get a lot of confusion. What is the CI/CD? What is the deployment? How we need to perform in the real time? By considering that, do I need to skip this topic or I need to cover this topic also? Definitely I need to cover this topic. Then only you can able to understand in the real time what we are going to do, Andy, which is nothing but we are going to cover very advanced topics. We are going to cover very basic topics. We are going to have the mixed set of topics, and I am going to cover each and every class like that only. One class, very basic. I will take employee table example. I will take department table example. Don't assume that why Sir is given the employee table example, department table example. He is not covering the real time examples, Andy. First 5 or 10 days will go in the very basic level. After 10 days, we are going to start discussing about the real time tables and real time example. With that, what will happen? All the people can able to balance themselves. That is the reason I need to go for basic level. I need to go for advanced level. Now see, for example, I am discussing about, for example, one topic called as a joins in database. I am taking example as employee and department. Okay. So immediately some people will ask the question, even non-real-time employee people or non-IT people, because this is the one perception in the market only. When we are discussing about employee and department table, immediately people are thinking that we are not covering the real-time examples. Okay, but see here, without discussing about employee table and department table, I am discussing about one real-time example by giving real-time scenario. Okay. Now what is going to happen here? Without discussing on the basic tables, employee and department, if I'm directly talking about the real-time example by taking the real-time scenario, what will happen? Tell me, do you know what is the real-time scenario we are going to cover? No, which is nothing but you need to understand what is the real-time scenario we are discussing in the class. In parallel, you need to understand what is the real-time example we are covering in the class. Other than these two, you need to understand what is the meaning of joins. Now you tell me, can you able to understand all these three in parallel? Understanding one thing would be very complex, but if you are going to cover all these three things together, what will happen? You will get a lot of confusion. Simply again, people will put the concern. Sir is directly explaining about the real-time example without covering the basics. So both the versions are coming into the picture when we are dealing with the classes only. That's the reason I need to handle all kind of the people. We'll go with the basic examples. With that knowledge, we'll cover all the real-time examples and real-time scenarios as part of our classes. Sir, why you are discussing all these things again? What is the reason? So you mentioned that today onwards we are going to have the regular classes, but in the regular classes we are discussing about all these kind of nonsense things. What is the reason? What is the reason? Very simple, Andy. So because the next 45 days and 60 days we are traveling together without knowing all these things. If I'm going to start the classes, if I'm going to explain everything, automatically what will happen in your brain? You will get so many questions. For example, next 5 days I'm giving examples on the employee table and department table. Immediately what will happen? questions will populate in our brain. So will he cover the real-time example or not? Will he cover the real-time scenarios or not? With these questions, can you able to focus on the topics? No, right? That's the reason. Just I'm clearing all your questions as part of our today's session. You can feel it as this is a kind of a warm-up session for the next 45 to 60 days of our classes. Is it clear? Okay. Now, one more thing, as I told you earlier, so we are going to have the classes from every day 8 hours only, 8:30 to 4:30. These are 8-hour classes. Out of 8 hours, we are going to cover 4 hours theory and 4 hours practicals. This is the plan. 4 to 4.5 hours, we are going to have the theory. Theory is nothing but, don't assume theory is nothing but only theory and like will mention like this. Otherwise, again, people will get the confusion. 4-hour classes, which is nothing but in the class, we will cover the theoretical topics, we'll cover the practicals, we'll give the assignments and everything. And remaining 4 hours, you are going to perform your own hands-on by sitting here, or we are having some other room also. There we are having the cabins and you can go there. Offline people, you can go there and you can sit and you can do the practice. We'll give the assignments, we'll give the real-time examples. With that, you can able to perform the practice. Online people, these 4 hours you need to attend the classes. Remaining 4 hours based on your convenience, you also need to perform the practice. Okay. And one more thing, this 8-hour concept, we are going to start from the next Monday onwards. Okay, so today onwards we are starting our regular classes, but next to 4 or 5 days Sunday. So till Friday, we are going to have the class only from 8:30 to 10 a.m. From next Monday onwards, we'll switch to 8 hours program. Again, what is the reason? Same reason only. So first 5 days, try to adjust yourself. Okay, people who are coming to offline, try to explore what all are the labs are available here, what all are the different rooms are available here, how you can able to come and how you can able to spend the 8 hours of time, how you can able to plan 8 hours of time. So in 5 days or 6 days, you can able to adjust yourself. With that, from next Monday onwards, we can able to start our regular 8-hour classes. Okay, is that mean are we not starting the classes from tomorrow onwards? We are starting, but that is only from 8:30 to 10. From next Monday onwards, we are going to have the complete 8 hours of session. Out of 8 hours, 4 hours classes and 4 hours practicals. Is clear? And one more reason for this is some people will join in next 2 or 3 days. So this is the beginning destination. So this is the first day. Might be some people will join a bit late, 1 or 2 or 3 days of late. That is the one more. I'm frankly telling, this is the one more reason why we are planning for 8 hours of classes from the Monday onwards. For example, from today itself, if I'm going to start the 8-hour classes, what will happen? People who are going to join late for 2 or 3 days, they will get a lot of confusion because we are not covering these topics again for them. That is the one more reason I'm telling openly. So we are waiting for some more folks to join our classes. After that, from Monday onwards, we are going ahead with the full pace. Okay. And as I told you earlier, every week we are going to have only one holiday, which is on Wednesday or Thursday. And Saturday and Sunday, we are going to have the classes. This is all these things I covered in the demo session, but just I'm repeating these few points only. So Saturday and Sunday, we are having the classes, and coming to Wednesday or Thursday, I will give the holiday. We'll inform all the schedule before 1 or 2 days. With that, you can able to plan yourself. Okay. And one last thing from your side is next 45, 60 days. Show your commitment towards the course and be available for all the days. Okay, so you should commit yourself on this. So next to 45 to 60 days, show your commitment and be available for all the days. So what is my vision for next 60 days is, this is my vision. I want to cover all topics in detail with examples and real-time scenarios. This is my target for next 60 days, or this is my vision for next 60 days only. And second one, I want to talk with each and every one with one-to-one discussions to provide career guidance. So in next 60 days, so you are going to get the chance to talk with me one-to-one. In that one-to-one session, we are going to discuss about your career guidance. You can discuss about your gap information or how you are planning, or I will give some kind of sessions to you. So that is the one more my vision. So in the next 60 days, I want to reach out each and every person who joining the course. And one more target is at least 70% of the people need to get the job in this batch. So this is my vision, or this is my target. By considering these targets, I will work myself for the next 60 days only. In the same way, from your side also, you need to have a vision, you need to have a target. After completion of this class, please take one white paper, please take one notepad. In that notepad, type yourself or write yourself only what is your vision in next 60 days, or what is your vision by completion of this 60 days. So with that, what will happen? At least you can understand, okay, this is my vision. I need to focus on these areas. With that, automatically you can able to focus on all those things. But trust me, out of 100%, 30 or 40% people will neglect all these kind of words. But whomever is going to perform this activity, automatically they can able to focus on each and everything very perfectly. What is the exercise here after completion of the course topic? After completion of today's class, what is the exercise I'm giving to you? Please open one note paper, or please open a notepad. In that, please type yourself what is your vision in the next 60 days, or what is your target in the next 60 days. One example for next target. What is the example? Next 60 days, I need to attend only 30 days of class. Is it the correct statement? No, right? Next 60 days, you need to attend each and every day, Andy. So I think July 28th, Bro Cinema is releasing Pawan Kalyan movie. Don't go to the movie, don't skip the class. Okay. I think next we are having the Bhagavad Kesari Balakrishna movie. So don't go to the movie and skip the class. You can watch the movies later also. Please attend each and every class without skipping. That is the first target to you. Second one, after completion of the class, please do the practice. By when? Same day or after 1 week? Do the practice on the same day. Okay. If you are going to perform the practice after 1 week, what will happen? You will forget about all these topics. At the same time, during that day, whatever the topics we are discussing, you can't able to understand. With that, slowly, what is the comment you are going to pass? Sir is not covering anything. Sir is not explaining anything. So Sir is not giving the real-time example, because simply one person will blame other person. What I will blame? You are not doing the practice. What you will blame? Sir is not covering real-time example. We should not go into that kind of mode, Andy. Please do the practice on every day. This is the one more statement you need to add in your target document. Every day I will do the practice. Every day I will attend the classes. Within 3 months, I need to get the job. Why 3 months? 2 months our classes, 1 month for your resume uploading and getting the calls. It will take 1 month of time. Within 3 months, I need to get the job. Okay. Please prepare one simple document like this. Whenever you are demotivating yourself, please open the document, read all these points. Automatically you will motivate yourself only. And don't assume that again. Some people will think that why suddenly Sir is giving the motivation class. Is it the motivation class? No, it's a kind of a warm-up class. In this warm-up, I am explaining all these things. By putting all these things in your brain, please come for the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with our regular topics. Is it clear? Any confusion? Any confusions on the plan? Okay. So please go through all these things. I will send. So, and one more last thing, Andy. So every time I'm saying one more last thing, but this is the one more really last thing. Every day after completion of the class, I will send notes. No need to worry, Andy. So if you want, you can take the running notes. I won't stop you here, but whatever I'm typing here, I will send these notes to every day after completion of the class. That is one thing. And second thing, we will provide handouts. What it means is, so today, whatever we discuss, not only today, every day, whatever we are going to cover. If you remember, whomever attend the demo classes, you received one document called as a handout document. In that handout document, you can able to see whatever the topics we discussed on the demo 2 days, and you can able to see all the information in the handouts. Indirectly, why I'm telling that is, no need to go for running notes, no need to write anything. Completely, you can able to focus on class. Completely, you can focus on examples. Completely, you can focus on what is the real-time scenario we are discussing. That will save the time to you for the purpose of focusing. Okay, but am I stopping you to take the running notes? No. If you want, please go ahead and take the running notes. But my suggestion is please try to focus on each and every topic we are discussing on the board. After completion of the class, please go through that notes, whatever I'm going to send, and please go through the handouts also. With that, automatically you can able to recap what we discussed in our classes. And one more last thing, we will send recording videos also. So every class will record only. So we'll send the recording videos also. If you miss any classes because of the emergency, not because of the movies or any other reasons only, because of the emergency, personal emergency, if you missed any classes, you can go through the videos and you can try to understand what we discussed in the classes. Okay. And don't misuse these videos. It's my sincere request only. What is the meaning of misusing? Okay. Some people are sharing these videos to his roommate. They are sharing each other. You pay 30,000, I pay 30,000. I will share the videos to you. See, if you are going, so trust me here. If you want to learn by using videos, it is impossible. Why I'm saying that is, if you go to the YouTube, already in the YouTube, we are having so many videos on the GCP, so many videos on the database concepts, so many videos on Python. But why you came to here? You won't able to understand. You won't able to learn from the videos. Okay, that's the reason. Because of sending the recording videos, don't skip the classes. Okay. When emergency is there, then you can skip and focus up by using the recordings. But sorry, sharing the recordings anyhow. So I will skip the class. Don't think like that, because when you are going to listen the recording, how much time it would be? Around 1.5 hours. Can you able to focus completely 1.5 hours continuously? After completion of 10 minutes, one distraction. What is the distraction? You will open WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. After 10 minutes, half an hour you are going to spend on the remaining things. After 30 minutes, again, what will happen? You will forget these 10 minutes. Again, from where you will start? From the first minute. Again, you completed the 30 minutes of video. Again, some kind of disruption happened. Again, from where you will start? From the first minute. So like this cycle will repeat. And that's the reason. Don't depend on the recording videos. It's my very, very, very sincere request. One is don't misuse. One is don't purely depending on the recording videos. Trust, again, I'm repeating the same word. Trust me, by using recording videos, you can't able to focus on the course. 1 or 2 videos you can focus, but all the videos you cannot able to focus. That's the reason. Please attend the classes on daily basis. From our side, we'll share the recordings, but don't depend on the recordings and don't misuse the recordings also. That is my sincere request. It's clear? Okay, then that's all from my side for today only. We'll meet in the tomorrow session, same at 8:30. So see here, today we started the class at 8:45 around because of some technical glitches. But mostly our start will start by 8:30 or 8:35. So we'll follow the times very strictly only. So we'll start the class by 8:30 or at max by 8:35. If rain or some other reason, mostly we'll go for 8:40. So we'll start the class by 8:30 or 8:35. So please be available on time. Okay, so that's all. So we'll wind up the class today. Thank you all.